Hello and welcome to Your Government in Action, a presentation of Bahamas Information Services. I'm Carissa Williamson. The government of the Bahamas has officially signed the sale and purchase agreement of liquefied natural gas, or LNG, and a terminal development use agreement. The signing took place at the office of the Prime Minister on March 20th, 2025, where Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Davis, described it as a journey toward a cleaner, more stable, and more affordable energy future for the Bahamas.
This movement has been a long time in the making. When this administration first announced its plans to tackle energy reform head on, for some people, it may have sounded like we were aiming too high, dreaming too big, or maybe casting our vision too far. I don't blame them. You see, the cost of electricity had been so high for so long that many people accepted it as part of daily life in the Bahamas. Added to the high costs were the decades of constant failures of BPL's main generators, the inefficiency of the Wärtsilä engines, and other failed would-be solutions. We had an aging and deteriorating power grid, a complete lack of renewable energy, and a power company over $500 million in debt. There was no lack of obstacles standing in the way of our energy reform ambitions. But as I always say, in our greatest challenges lie our greatest opportunities. Energy reform loomed large as a great opportunity for change in this nation. And energy reform is perhaps the most powerful policy intervention we could make to provide relief and lower costs for households and businesses. Our reforms began with the equity rate reduction. Results of that adjustment speak for themselves. In January, we had 58,000 households with bills below $125. 58,000 households with bills below $125. But this was just the start. Next, we announced the plans to solarize our islands. Utility-scale solar is on track for Abaco, Andros, Eleuthera, Exuma, New Providence, Long Island, and San Salvador. Almost every major island. This process is being driven by several Bahamian companies leading the way to our renewable energy future. We also have the modernization of the power grid, which will improve reliability and lower costs. And today, with the signing of this agreement, we are embracing cleaner energy with the development of the first LNG terminal at Clifton Pier. Phase 1 is set to begin before the end of this year. We see the integration of LNG into our fuel mix as a major step in the right direction as we move away from dirtier fossil fuels such as diesel and oil, significantly lowering our carbon emissions. LNG is also typically cheaper and has less price volatility compared to diesel and oil. Because we are building a new industry, we can also anticipate significant economic impact, including the creation of new jobs. In short, this agreement represents an essential component in our energy reform and economic development plans. Dexter and team, I thank you for partnering with us to take our vision for LNG further and making it real. I also thank Shell and other stakeholders who made it possible. Of course, Minister Colby Davis. I thank you for your continued leadership on our energy agenda. We demonstrate each day why you were the right woman for the job. Of course, I'll be remiss not to thank our Attorney General and his team, led by Ms. Daniel Wallace, for ensuring that these agreements have been pulled this across the finishing line. I want to thank you. I have to remind I have to say to the Attorney General this morning, I'm proud of you. As we sign this agreement, we are one step closer to ushering in a new era for energy in the Bahamas. We still have a long way to go to fulfill our visions for this era, but we are making the right strides, and the Bahamian people are already feeling the results. Thank you.
I wish to thank Focal and Shell for partnering with the government of the Bahamas on this project. For decades, our energy system in the Bahamas basically worked one way, by burning diesel or heavy fuel. From as far back as 2002, we've spoken about the need to diversify our fuel mix. However, beyond the talk, not much progress was made. With today's signing of the sale and purchase agreement for liquefied natural gas, better known as LNG, and a terminal development use agreement, our nation embarks on a new chapter in the transformation of our energy sector. As I've said before, when it comes to energy, Bahamian households and businesses want two main things. One, to be confident that electricity, or as we say, power, will stay on. And two, affordable electricity bills. For the Davis administration, these needs are national aspirations that our country needs to grow and every Bahamian deserves. If we fail to take decisive and immediate action to transform our energy sector, we face a significant risk that our country cannot afford. Just last week, our neighbor, Cuba, suffered a national electricity blackout of nearly 40 hours, the island's fourth major blackout in 6 months. For us here in the Bahamas, we are acting through a broad energy strategy to avoid the risk of a similar experience. Reliable, affordable, and cleaner electricity is possible, and the partnerships formed through the signing of these agreements will produce positive results for Bahamian households and businesses. As a small island development nation, we must embrace partnerships to grow and deliver meaningful benefits for the Bahamian people. In fact, 7 of our nation's most successful projects were born out of partnerships. For example, Atlantis, Bahama, Linden Pinland International Airport. And so, we know firsthand the value that such partnerships can produce. By partnering with reputable companies, those with international experience and proven track records of success, like Shell, which is one of the world's leading LNG suppliers, we firmly believe that a brighter energy future for our nation will be secured. The agreements we'll sign today enable the fast adoption of LNG in the Bahamas. The first phase will consist of a Shell-chartered small-scale LNG vessel supplying LNG onshore. Once onshore, the LNG will be converted to natural gas at the terminal during the second half of this year. This gas will first be utilized in the gas turbines currently operating at Clifton Pier. Future phases will expand natural gas delivery to additional gas-fired power assets in New Providence. We appreciate and understand that this is a significant step for our country. Therefore, my ministry will embark on public education campaigns and provide routine updates to keep the public informed on progress. And as I prepare to take my seat, I wish to emphasize to the Bahamian people that our energy transformation is a journey and that the Davis administration is dedicated to achieving positive and meaningful, lasting results. For avoidance of any doubt, let me clearly indicate that we fully understand what the promise of a brighter energy future would mean for our communities. For households, lower power bills could result in families saving more for college tuition and provide greater flexibility to make principal payments on their mortgages to become debt-free.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, in partnership with the Rotary Club, hosted the first Model United Nations Symposium since 2019. The event, held at Holy Trinity Anglican Church on March 28, 2025, brought together young delegates from various schools across New Providence to discuss the ethical and responsible use of artificial intelligence.
Standing here on behalf of the Bahamas Rotary Clubs, it gives me great pleasure to see you all here today for months after a 5-year break. This is, of course, very important to us as Rotarians because it ties into what we are all about in Rotarians in terms of youth service, community service, economic and community development. Of course, we know that through months, the purpose of an event such as this is for you, our young people, to develop your problem-solving skills, conflict resolutions, team building skills, but of course network, as you will meet students from various other schools. You meet Rotarians, you meet members from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And so we see this as a wonderful opportunity for you. We certainly say thanks to all of our schools that are here today, to our teachers, to our partners at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Youth, Trinity, all of our sponsors that have made this event possible. And of course, we've had a wonderful session this morning, and I'm sure you would agree with me that we've enjoyed it, and I'm certainly that if this afternoon will be just as better or just as good as what we've had this morning. And so I just want us to end coming out of months with a call of action that we will not just see this as a debating exercise or just something that we just do every year, but it's an opportunity for us, for you as students, to look within yourselves and to see it as an opportunity of how you can begin to make a change and make a difference in your homes, in your schools, and in your society.
How does Grand Bahama transition from untapped potential to meaningful progress? Well, Dwight Gibson, Director of Operations and Product Development at the Tourism Development Corporation, has a few ideas. According to the tourism executive, the first order of business will be to create an environment where every aspiring entrepreneur, every innovative thinker, every determined business owner is equipped with the tools, knowledge, and opportunities necessary to succeed. Highlighting a program now in the works, which Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, has promoted for some time, Grand Bahama's 242 Business Incubator. Mr. Gibson said this program will do much to assist the tourism product in the second city.
This will be a dynamic hub that will serve as a catalyst for innovation designed to remove barriers, provide strategic resources, and cultivate a new wave of tourism-focused entrepreneurs. Through mentorship, funding opportunities, business development support, and access to critical networks, the Center will empower local visionaries to create, scale, and sustain businesses that not only serve our visitors, but also enrich our communities. Beyond business development, once completed, the Center will feature retail spaces offering small, budding entrepreneurs an entry-level opportunity to introduce their products and services to a larger market. This vital component directly addresses one of the biggest challenges to new business owners, the cost and complexity of securing a brick-and-mortar location. Additionally, by providing an accessible and affordable retail platform, the Center will serve as a launch pad for entrepreneurs to test, refine, and grow their businesses in a thriving commercial environment. By fostering a culture of innovation and equipping our people with the means to turn ideas into reality, we are not only reshaping the economic landscape of Grand Bahama, we are setting the stage for a more resilient and prosperous Bahamas. This is more than an initiative. It's a movement towards self-sufficiency, economic empowerment, and bold redefinition of what Bahamian tourism and entrepreneurship can be.
One of the significant shifts in global tourism has been the rise in short-term vacation rentals like Airbnb and others, Research has shown that today's travelers seek authentic, immersive experiences, and Grand Bahama is positioned to deliver just that. To help local homeowners tackle this lucrative market, the Tourism Development Corporation has launched the Home Sweet Home Vacation Rentals Grants Program, a $1.2 million investment designed to empower Bahamians to enter the vacation rental industry.
In phase one last year, that closed just in December, we paid out from the Tourism Development Corporation over $600,000 in grants to persons that were seeking to enhance, establish, or refurbish short-term rental properties. Phase two, which is currently accepting applications, will see more than an additional $600,000 in grants of up to $10,000 go out to grant recipients. So whether you're transforming an existing space or starting from the ground up, these grants help remove financial barriers, allowing homeowners to create high-quality, comfortable accommodations that attract international visitors. More than just an investment in real estate, this initiative fuels community-driven tourism, ensuring that the economic benefits of our growing tourism industry remain in the hands of our people. Recognizing that access to additional capital is vital and also sometimes a barrier, we have also established a strategic partnership with the Bahamas Development Bank. Specifically, in this Home Sweet Home program, the partnership will provide loan opportunities for grant recipients that qualify to access supplemental funding to bring their vacation rental visions to life. By bridging financial gaps, we ensure that more Bahamians can fully realize their potential in the short-term rental market. This initiative reflects a holistic approach to tourism development, one that provides both funding and support to help owners succeed. Equipping Bahamians with the resources they need to create thriving, sustainable vacation rental businesses, we are expanding our tourism capacity, driving economic empowerment, and shaping a future where Grand Bahama's tourism industry works for all.
Gibson said sustainable tourism is only possible when we invest in our people. Having great business ideas is not enough. Entrepreneurs need skill, knowledge, and certification to execute their vision successfully. For this reason, Gibson said the Tourism Development Corporation is committed to industry-specific training and certification programs to ensure that Grand Bahamians are globally competitive and well-equipped to meet the demands of a rapidly evolving tourism industry. With this level of training, Gibson said the island can produce more skilled tour operators, hospitality professionals, and tourism entrepreneurs who will not only be able to compete, but to lead in their respective fields.
To strengthen this initiative, we are offering business development services that include business plan writing, business coaching, public relations and branding, marketing, and strategy development. Additionally, we will be collaborating with international industry experts to bring world-class training programs to Grand Bahama. By doing this, we ensure that our entrepreneurs are equipped with cutting-edge technology and best practices that will give them a competitive advantage. Sustainability isn't just a buzzword, it's a necessity. True sustainability means economic longevity, environmental responsibility, and community inclusion. And as we work to a more resilient and thriving Grand Bahama, our approach to this is built on three key pillars. Economic empowerment, providing direct financial support, training, and access to capital to equip local entrepreneurs with the tools they need to succeed. Environmental responsibility, encouraging eco-friendly tourism models and sustainable business practices that preserve and protect Grand Bahama's natural beauty for generations to come. We are shaping a future where Bahamians take ownership of our tourism industry. This is more than an investment in individuals. It is an investment in long-term prosperity driven by local talent and vision.
For Your Government in Action, I'm Andrew Coakley.
More of Your Government in Action when we return. Welcome back. The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources held a press conference at One Montague on March 27, 2025, to provide details on the upcoming AgriExpo slated for April 4th to the 6th, 2025. Officials reaffirmed the government's commitment to enhancing food security in the Bahamas and stated how the expo promotes growth and sustainability.
The Davis administration remains committed to strengthening food security through direct investments in Bahamian farmers and fishers, also promoting backyard farming and leveraging technology and innovation to expand our agriculture and aquaculture industries. And so, it is against this backdrop that this year's AgriExpo 2025 carries even greater significance. Our theme, food security is our priority, reflects our mission at the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources. The expo will take place from the 4th through the 6th of April at the Gladstone Road Agricultural Center. But let me tell you, this is more than just an event. It is a movement toward a stronger, more self-sufficient Bahamas. So here's what you can expect at this year's expo. A showcase of Bahamian farms, fisheries, and agribusinesses, highlighting the best of local agriculture and aquaculture. Live demonstrations in modern farming techniques, aquaponics, and sustainable fishing practices. Equipment and technology displays featuring cutting-edge tools and innovations, engaging in discussions on climate-smart agriculture, food processing, and agribusiness development. Hands-on workshops covering backyard farming, soil health, and pest management. Youth in agriculture, where young Bahamians will be able to showcase their work and contributions to these vital industries. We have 80 plus local artisan displays showcasing Bahamian-made products. Bahamian-made products. And the most fun part of it all, a free kiddie corner and family-friendly activity section. There will be cooking demonstrations, and the Battle of the Island competition is back again, featuring Bahamian chefs using homegrown ingredients, not to mention live Jonkano and cultural performances. Ladies and gentlemen, we are committed to building a self-sufficient and sustainable food system that will nourish future generations of Bahamians. Whether you're a farmer, fisher, entrepreneur, student, or simply someone who cares about the future of food in our country, AgriExpo 2025 has something for you. So let's seize this opportunity to redefine how we produce, distribute, and consume food in the Bahamas. Our fishers, farmers, and communities deserve nothing less. And so, I thank you, and we look forward to seeing you at AgriExpo 2025 from the 4th to the 6th of April at the Gladstone Road Agricultural Center. Thank you.
We are so delighted and pleased to once again to be able to present to you, the general public, our AgriExpo 2025. As Minister would have mentioned, our theme this year, agriculture, food security, is our priority. And to show you how much we prioritize food security, as you know, the wealth of a nation is embedded in their level of food security. And so to this extent, we have sought to engage, empower, and to equip all persons at all levels at this year's expo. There'll be a number of lecture series, whether you want to do Poultry 101, whether you want to learn aquaponics, whether you want to learn aquaculture, whether you want to learn how to do backyard gardening, whether you want to learn how to grow sweet potato. We have it at this year's expo. So I encourage you to please, starting next week, to look at the ministry's Facebook page. Look at the lecture series. Whether you want to learn how to boil tomatoes, whether you want to eat some flour cake from Cat Island, all there at this year's expo.
With the goal of promoting the importance of mangrove conservation and the environmental sustainability in the Bahamas, and in celebration of World Forestry Day, a mangrove planting day was held at Bonefish National Park on March 21st, 2025.
I first fell in love with the planting of mangroves and understanding the importance of mangroves from Miss Rishima when she was a part of Water Keepers. As I was doing my background and research in the sea breeze community, I found a big open area in the back there, and I began to do the research on the importance of mangroves. Ms. Rashima and we connected, and she took me for a nice tour in the back, and it was amazing to see what could be done when we all gather together to talk about mangroves and the importance of restoration. So we're here today as a team with the One Youth, One Voice program and the initiative that we have launched through CARICOM. And I'm thankful that the ASG Solomon from CARICOM, she's here with us as well to partner with us. Mangroves are extremely important to our coastal communities and to ensuring that our coastal line is protected. With climate change being at the top of one of our platforms that we discuss in CARICOM, I wanted to ensure that my team here in New Providence and in the Bahamas as a whole contribute to mangrove planting and understanding the importance of mangroves. And so we're here today to plant. This is the beginning of an initiative that started during the 50th anniversary, where we took over 100 students and we planted hundreds of mangroves. And so this is just another part of our initiative that we want to continue to do, just to ensure that Bahamians, we want to bring awareness to mangroves and the importance of mangroves. And so we're just here today just to continue with that.
And I'd like to welcome you all for being here. This is an ongoing project that we're doing, like Chantal said. We're doing all the time. We are asking volunteers, and we're about to plant 250 trees, which is all part of the restoration. This is the bulwark against storm surge coming into the southern part of the New Providence Island. And as you can see, there's a lot of work to be done, and this is the epitome of a wetland restoration, and we're very proud of of what we have done here, and we encourage you to please visit the park as often as you can. We have National Parks Day coming up on April 26th, which is in recognition of Earth Day. So please come by, come bring your family. It is a great place to come relax and enjoy, and this is what the parks are meant to do for the Bahamian people.
I'm Carissa Williamson, and this has been Your Government in Action, a proud presentation of Bahamas Information Services. Join us on Tuesday evenings, where we bring you highlights, coverage, and information as we continue to do what we do best, linking people and government.